What's going on, guys? Thanks for tuning in. I know it's been a little bit, but after Mustang week, just needed a little break, but we're back now. As I had said in the last video, I was going to reach out to MPT about the tune and wondering why the car was kind of running a little slower than I thought. So I took the dyno data, sent it over to him. He wanted a little extra more data, so we did a quick data log with them, sent us a new tune. We're gonna load it up and see how it goes. However, how do we know that, right? We're not gonna go back on a dyno because that shit's expensive and I'm not trying to do that. So we're gonna try some 0 to 60 runs. So with the mods that are listed in the description, this is what you can maybe expect for 0 to 60s. Now, the tires are kind of ass. They're not great, they're not summer tires, they're all seasons. The tread is kind of meh. These are the same tires that were run at the drag strip, which video will be posted somewhere up here. So let's see how it goes. We'll probably just do one run of the current tune, and then we'll load the tune up, then we'll do another run with it and go from there. I know that's not a great comparison because it's only one run for each. However, that's what we're gonna get. That's what we're gonna do. So see how this goes. Also, this is going to be done in just the regular drive mode, no sport mode, since the tune kind of works best on that particular mode for an auto. That's how we're going to test it. All right, first launch, current tune. All right, that was 5.3. You can probably hear the tires squealing. Like I said, not great tires. 5.3, whatever. The fastest I've ever gotten was 4.9. Again, same tires, at a drag strip. I'll play the video here. Now we're gonna load the other tune onto the car and see how it does. All right, new tune is loaded. Let's see how it goes. All right, here we go. Okay, that said 5.2, so it's 0.1 seconds quicker, but again, terrible tires, who knows? MPT did say they want one more data log with this particular tune, so I'll show you guys what a data log looks like, and let's see if there's anything different about the car. Okay, so here's the data analysis for the 3 data log runs I did. Full transparency, each of these data logs were done on separate days and in different locations. The one thing I tried to keep constant was the ground that the data was taken. I wanted to make sure that the roads were as flat as possible, so that way no downhills or uphills affected the data logging for MPT. Some metrics I want to point your attention to are the gain in miles per hour per second. In version 5, which is the current one, we have 6.1 versus 5.8 and 5.7 in versions 3 and 4 respectively. That's important because now we're gaining speed faster than we were in the previous tunes, which is great. Another metric I wanted to point your attention to are the RPM gained per second. In version 5, we have 430 versus the 419 and 410 in the previous tunes. Again, that's important because now things are spinning faster, you get faster speeds, and you're gonna, be quicker, which is great. Another metric I wanted to point or look at was 30 to 90 time. And in version 5, we have 9.112 versus the 9.556 and 9.859. Again, 30 to 90, just a random kind of metric I wanted to look at, but that just shows that we are moving quicker than we were in the past. Last thing I wanted to check was the 3,000 to 7,000 RPM range. In version 5, we have 8.938 versus the 9.223 and 9.667 in versions 3 and 4. Obviously, this is important because now we're moving much quicker, which is great. And I'm really curious to see how this affects the quarter mile times and the 0 to 60s. I think quarter mile times will be affected a lot more just because we'll be more in the power band when we do those runs. And with this times, even if it shaves off 0.1, 0.2, hell, maybe even 0.3 seconds of the quarter mile, we're looking at a 13.2, 13.3 car, which is great on regular street tires. You put actual drag tires on the back and maybe some skinnies, reduce the weight a little bit. If that's the case, you can be seeing probably a 12-second car, which is no slouch. And given the amount of mods I have, that would be great. So that concludes this video. If you guys enjoyed, drop a like, drop a sub. Really do appreciate all the support you guys have been giving me. So until next time, we're out. Deuces.